Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So today we'll try to discuss 9 wonderful aspects of Lord Chaitanya. It's very, very important to know about the Lord. Only when we know about the Lord, that how great He is, then we can surrender onto Him. See, in this world also, we surrender onto that personality, or we respect that personality, or we look up to that personality who's very great. Like for example, say some politician, say a Prime Minister of India. Now if say is coming around, people will be with so much respect, they'll stand and they'll be taking his darshan. Yeah? Now just imagine, Supreme Personality of Godhead. When we understand His greatness, bhakti becomes easy. Till the point we don't understand His greatness, there's only one person who is great. And that is ourselves. That's the fact. Till the point we don't understand His greatness, we think we are great and we are not able to advance in bhakti. Therefore, today's entire endeavor will be this, to understand that how great our Lord is by discussing these 9 wonderful aspects of this shloka from 11th canto. In 11th canto, chapter number 5, there's a great description given about Supreme Personality of Godhead who is going to appear in the age of Kali, called Gauranga. Now, many times people ask, where is the proof? Where is the proof of Gauranga? It's there in Srimad Bhagavatam itself, in 11th canto, chapter 5. Just before the shloka, we have a shloka which talks about the complexion, the activities, and the appearance of the Supreme Lord. Please repeat. Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam Yagyai Sankirtana Praye Yajantihi Sumedashaha. Krishna Varnam Tvisha Akrishnam. Here it is said that Supreme Lord appears in the age of Kali. He is Krishna himself, but his Tvisha is not Krishna. His complexion is not Krishna. Krishna means black. His complexion is not Krishna. Then what is his complexion? Golden. Gaura. Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam. Lord comes with His associates and He comes with His weapons. What are the weapons of the Lord? Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. But when He comes in Kali Yuga, He does not get Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. Because Shankha Chakra Gada Padma is needed when He wants to kill someone. And it's very wonderful in Narsimha Lila. When Narsimha Dev appeared, when he saw that the atrocious activities on his devotee Prahlad is increasing and this Hiranyakashipu is going to kill him, at that time he breaks the pillar and he comes out and he's so angry that normally Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, these are the 4 weapons. Chakra and Gada is used for protecting the devotee by killing the miscreants. And Padma and Shankha is used to bless. But in this incarnation, Narsimhadev came. He was so angry. The description says he was killing with Padma also. With lotus flower also he was killing demons. With Shankha also he was killing demons. And normally, when demons are less, killing is easy. In Kali Yuga, so many demons are there. And few are present here. All of us. So the point is that how many demons will Krishna kill in the age of Kali? How many? Therefore, Lord decided, in this age, I'll not get my weapons, but I'll get different weapons. And that is the Kartal and Mridanga and his Parshad. And guess what? The plan is, we'll not kill the demons, we'll kill the demoniac tendency within the people of this world. And therefore, today we are all sitting together hearing Krishna Katha. If he had the same mood of killing the way he was killing Satya, Treta, Dwapar, then कब के हम यहाँ नहीं ऐसे कब के हम दूसरे बॉडी में चले गए होते. So let's try to understand the greatness of the Lord who has come in this Kali Yuga just to deliver all of us. There's no other goal apart from this, just to deliver all of us. Therefore, Srila Rupa Goswami, when he got first darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so at that time he says, please repeat, Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha. So this particular shloka is so wonderful. It starts with Namo Mahavadanyaya. Oh Lord, you're most magnanimous. Sabse zyada udar aap hai. You're the most magnanimous personality. Oh, what are you giving? Why this person is calling Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as magnanimous? What is he distributing? Krishna Prema Pradayate. He's giving love of Godhead. He's giving Krishna Prema. He's giving bhakti towards Krishna. That too specific. The bhakti that Vrajavasis were doing for Krishna, that bhakti he is distributing. This is very, very rare. In various places in Shastra it is mentioned, this thing, this commodity that the Lord is distributing, that is Krishna Prem, is very rare. Even for Brahma it's Durlabh. And guess what? In the age of Kali, we living entities are getting this. Therefore, he is very great. But to understand his greatness even more, we have one more shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam. 11th canto, chapter 5, text 33. Please repeat. Deyam sada paribhavagnam abhishtadoham tirthaspadam shiva virinchinutam sharanyam Vratyartiham pranatapala bhavabdhipotam Vande Mahapurushate Charanaravindam. The last line says, Vande Mahapurushate Charanaravindam. I pay my repeated obeisances. Unto whom? Mahapurusha. Who is Mahapurusha? Mahaprabhu. Who is that? Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. So 3 lines which are there, the first 3 lines, they give us 9 wonderful aspects of the Supreme Lord or Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So this is what is our discussion for today, and we'll try to see that how much we can understand and remember. So the first aspect that is mentioned here is Dheyam Sada. The first one is Dheyam Sada. So Dheyam means fit to be meditated on. Sada means always, eternal. Dheyam Sada. He is that personality, or his lotus feet is that object of meditation, which is eternal object of meditation for all the devotees. See, for a wife, for a chaste wife, she will always think about the husband. She will not think about anyone else. That's what is the expectation. Now, when thinking about only husband, she always thinks about what he likes, what he dislikes, etc. He thinks about, or she thinks about the qualities of the husband or something like that. In fact, there are pastimes, I don't remember exactly the name, where a lady, she saw that her husband was in danger. And she had so much of confidence. She said, if in my entire life, if I have thought only about my husband and no one else, then may the sun never rise. And literally, in that pastime, it is described By her verdict, that particular day, sun never rose. And then obviously all the Devi Devatas, it was hahakar mach gaya tha ekdam. All of them, they were going mad, and then they finally requested, and obviously they got the sun again back. That's called chastity. In fact, we have a place called Talakadu here nearby. There another lady, she was so chaste. Same thing. If I have thought only about my husband and no one else, then may this entire place be filled with sand. And this place, which is nearby, maybe we can go for yatra someday. It's a very beautiful place on the banks of Yamuna, filled with sand everywhere. In fact, the entire village is submerged in sand. Now sand is reduced, but sand is there everywhere. So this is the power of chastity. Similarly, when it comes to devotees in general, all of us, our chastity is to think about Krishna always. And to be more specific, since we are the part of, or we connected to Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya Sampradaya, it's our duty to think, meditate eternally about Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Since we are Gaudiyas, we have to meditate on Gauranga. So this is a very, very important thing to note. In fact, all the devotees in Navadvip, be it Advaitacharya, be it Srivas Thakur, be it Gadadhar Pandit, or other devotees like Murari Gupta and everyone else, their entire meditation was always about the Lord. In fact, Gauranga Mahaprabhu's concert, Vishnu Priya, when Mahaprabhu took sannyas, the only thing that she was doing was meditating on the lotus feet of Gauranga. Deyam Sada. And you know what? If some devotee can do this, always meditate on the lotus feet of Gauranga, that person is already delivered from the cycle of birth and death. That personality is already perfected his human form of life. So this is the first aspect of the Lord. Deyam Sada. His lotus feet or his personality is fit to be meditated upon eternally, always. The second aspect is Deyam Sada Paribhavagnam. Now, Paribhava means insults of material existence. Paribhava Gnam means to destroy. So, the meditating on Gauranga, what happens? This is what happens. The insults of material existence are destroyed. So, what is that insult that we are going through? All of us, we are part and parcel of Krishna. Krishna himself is saying in Bhagavad-gita. He says in 15th chapter, Shloka 7, Mama evamsho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatanaha manasasthani indriyani prakritisthani karshati. Krishna is saying that everyone, all the living entities are my part and parcel. But the next two lines are very nice. Manasasthani indriyani prakriti sthani karshati. But all the living entities are stuck because of their senses. And the prominent among all the senses is mind. And karshati, they are struggling. If at all you find people around you very happy, very smiling, especially in their WhatsApp DP, don't worry so much. There is no one in this world, on this planet, who can be happy forever. Not possible. This world is titled as Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. Even if we try to be happy, even if we try to settle in this world will not allow. Srila Prabhupada was saying in one of the class that even if we try our best to settle in this world, Maya will not allow us to settle. She will unsettle us and she will throw us out of this place. And that's the fact. So our situation is we are part and parcel of Krishna. Now just think about this. Let's say there is a very big personality. Say the president of the country or something like that. Think about his secretary. Now sometimes it becomes very difficult to understand that person is secretary or actually president. His behavior will be like that. And he'll be given so much more importance also. So all of us, our Swarupa is Jivera Swarup Hoy Krishnera Nityadas. We are servants of Krishna. Now just imagine, if the secretary of the president gets so much of importance and so much of respect, how much the secretary of Krishna will get respect? And each one of us sitting here, we all are servant of Krishna. But the only thing that we did was we told Krishna that we don't want to be your secretary. I want a secretary for myself. And we came to this material world. And now what is happening in this material world? Our situation is exactly like that son of a billionaire father who has abandoned his father. I want to live independent. And now that billionaire son is going around and begging on the street. That is what is our situation. We have this tapatraya, sufferings caused by body. Everyone is having sufferings through body. Some suffering at least. Suffering caused by other living entities. Is there anyone in your life who troubles you? Probably not one. And sufferings caused by natural calamities. Yes, so many natural calamities. Water crisis is one of them that we are having here. So everyone is going through these sufferings. But to be frank, since we are part and parcel of Krishna, we are supposed to only enjoy, no suffering. Therefore, everyone is searching for happiness. There's no one in this world who says that, oh, I want some suffering. You ask anyone. The goal of going to a theatre, the goal of going to a restaurant, the goal of coming to IBC, Sarjapur, everywhere. If you ask them why you came, what is your goal? Maza chahiye. I want to be happy. I want happiness. I want bliss. Why we are searching for happiness? Because that is what we are supposed to be in always. Ananda. We are supposed to be immersed in Ananda Sagara. But somehow, since we are there in this material world, in this material body, paribhava, we are going through sufferings, we are going through insults of this world. Like a billionaire son, when he's begging on the street, people will insult. No, some people will not give anything. Some people will chastise him. Same thing is happening with us. We are going around searching for happiness, but there are people around, there are things around which keep insulting us in various ways. So in this way, we understand our life is filled with insults by material existence. But anyone who meditates on the lotus feet of Gauranga, that person's parabhava, or the insults by material existence, is completely destroyed. Because that person comes back to his eternal constitutional position of being the servant of the Lord. Just imagine the glories of Supreme Lord. Just imagine the glories of Gauranga. First one was Dheyam Sada. Second, Paribhavagnam. Now see, when it comes to human beings, we are going through suffering. But think about the trees, which are standing out there. Think about them. For us, if there is little sun or whatever, we'll open our umbrella or we'll switch on the AC. वो बेचारे क्या करेंगे? Cold, they're standing. Heat, they're standing. Rains, they're standing. They have no option. Their life is more miserable. In fact, it's described, human beings' covering of ignorance is less. And that is compared to smoke and fire in bhagavad-gita. So when you see smoke, there's a possibility of seeing fire also. If you go near, you can find fire also. Next level of covering is animals. The covering of ignorance is even more thick, like mirror and dust. So when dust is there on the mirror, you cannot see yourself. You have to cleanse it. So animals are more in ignorance. But still there's a possibility of cleansing and seeing. But when it comes to trees, their situation is so pathetic. Krishna is telling in the Bhagavad-gita, their situation is like the embryo in the womb. You do whatever you want. You cannot see the embryo in the womb with your naked eyes. Not possible. So they are in utter ignorance. Their parabhava is much, much greater. So once what happened is Lord Chaitanya, when he was touring around in entire India, he came to Dandakaranya forest. Everyone knows Dandakaranya? Ram Lila? So Lord Ram was there in that place. And once what happened is, in some situation, Sita Devi, just to tell everyone or proclaim to everyone that how great my husband is, she challenged her husband that you prove your power to me first. At that time, this was what Sita, the other places also said about that Vanar, what is his name? Sugriva. Even though Sugriva, this was there, where Sugriva wanted to test, because this particular thing happened where Lord Ram said, I'll help you to fight with Vali. That was the entire scenario. And Sugriva was like, just a human being. How can you do it? Prove it to me. So immediately Lord Ram, he removed an arrow from his quiver. He fixed it on his bow and released it. There were 7 trees which were there. And that arrow went through these trees, the 7 trees. It went through the higher planets, it went through lower planets, and it came back, and again it was in the quiver. And Sugriva was seeing all this and was, yes, you can help me. Now since this arrow shot these 7 trees became eternal. Now it's not a benediction to make the trees eternal. They're already suffering and there is no death now for them. So when Gauranga came to Dandakaranya, he looked at these 7 trees, and these 7 trees are called as Saptatala trees. So these Saptatala trees were there standing in front of Gauranga, and Gauranga was like, why are these trees standing here? And the pastime was told that how in Treta Yuga, he himself, Lord Ram, he released an arrow and all this happened. Then Gauranga said, no, this is not proper. I should liberate all of them. Paribhavagnam. I have to destroy their parabhava, the insults of material existence. You know what Gauranga did? He went and personally embraced each tree. And when he embraced each tree, one after another, all those trees went back to Vaikuntha. This is called as Paribhavagnam. Paribhavagnam. Yes? Is that clear? How Gauranga, he destroys the insults of material existence. Deyam sada paribhavagnam. Abhishta doham. Abhishta means true desire of the soul. And doham means amply award. So Gauranga is that personality, or the lotus feet of Gauranga. They award, anyone who takes shelter of the lotus feet of Gauranga, they amply award what? The true desire of the living entity. So we all have some desires. Now, is it false desire or true desire is a question. And how do we understand what is true desire? We understand from Shastra what is true desire. True desire is getting back to the eternal service of the Lord. That is the true desire. Many of the times it happens that people in this world are not clear what is the goal of life. Many times people come and say that we have got everything in life. What next? What next? I don't know if you all also have this question. Devotees shouldn't have this question. Because we are clear what is the goal of life. And the goal of life is to attain eternal service of Krishna. That is the goal of life. And this has to be the desire. Srila Prabhupada writes that it only takes one desire to go back home, back to Godhead. Only desire, that's it. Rest Krishna will take care. If you just have the desire to go back home, back to Godhead, rest Krishna will manifest. Now, it's a very important thing to note. It's only because of the desire we are there in this material world. So what is our desire in this material world? Why we are here in this material world? Abhi koi kuch bolega nahi. We are here only for one. Enjoy, Madi. Only for one. Enjoy. Only because we had this desire to enjoy, we are there in this material world. When the desire to enjoy is replaced by desire to serve Krishna, we are going back home, back to Godhead. So here it is said, Abhishta Doham. Lord Krishna or Lord Gauranga, he fulfills the true desire. He bestows, he awards the true desire of the living entity, and that is giving them the eternal service of his own. Or it can also be called as Krishna Prem. Many times people ask, okay, you're saying Gauranga is Supreme Lord Krishna himself. What is the proof? In Shastra, we have lot of proofs. To be more precise, there are 250 references from Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, and Itihasas also for that matter. Mahabharata, it is there. The reference is there that how Krishna himself has come down as Gauranga. And after these Shastric references, we have the reference of sadhus. Various acharyas, they have given this verdict Brajendra Nandan Jai Sachi Suta Hoilo Se. The same Krishna, son of Nanda Maharaj, has become Sachi Suta, son of Mother Sachi. And along with that, the Praman is the pastimes of the Lord. One day, Gauranga, for 21 hours, that is called as Sapta Prahar. One Prahar is 3 hours. So 7 multiplied by 3 is 21. For 21 hours straight, he was displaying his opulence of that of Krishna. Any devotee who wants to get darshan is there in front. And according to the desire of the devotee, the Lord was manifesting his form. There was a devotee called Murari Gupta. And Murari Gupta's desire was, Murari Gupta is Hanuman, from Treta Yuga. And Murari Gupta wanted to take darshan of Lord Ram. In front of everyone, Lord Chaitanya transformed his entire form into the form of that of Lord Ramachandra. There's another devotee called Kolavecha Sridhar. And in front of him, Lord manifested his beautiful form of Brajendra Nandan Shyama Sundar holding a flute besides Balram. So all these different forms were manifested. There were times when he manifested the form of Narsimhadev, Varahadev. But this particular 21 hours, Mahaprakash Lila, which is called as, it all began with Mahabhishek. So on the day of Gaurav Purnima, none of us should miss this event of Mahabhishek, which is going to start at 5:30. Is described on the appearance day of the Lord. Anyone who witnesses the Abhishek of the Lord, that person attains the eternal goal of life. And we never know how many more Gaur Purnimas are there for us in future. Saal mein ek aata hai. And if say someone is 40 years age, and he says that I'm going to live for next, till the age of 60. So kitna saal bacha? 20? 20 years? Just imagine if you miss one, then you're missing 1 out of 20. Oh, that's that's a great loss, I tell you. Therefore, I always say this, that the appearance day of the Lord cannot be missed. We have to be there for services. We have to witness the festival, participate in the festival, and express our gratitude to the Lord in the festival. So let's come together and witness the Abhishek. Similar Abhishek was happening in the house of Srivas Thakur on this day of Mahaprakash Leela. So what happened is, Lord sat on the throne and he said, sing Abhishekam prayers. And all the devotees understood. Abhishekam prayers means along with that we have to do Abhishek also. So devotees started getting pots of water from Ganga. They made human chain, and they were passing pots of water. And Lord is sitting on the throne. We have head pujaris around like Srivas Thakur, Advaita Acharya, Nityanand Prabhu. And they all are offering water and various other ingredients on the Lord. And it is described that when those pots were coming, there was one lady who was standing there and was arranging the pots in the line. Now what service is this? This is a very insignificant service, isn't it? Arranging the pots. Whatever they're getting, she is putting everything in the line, proper line, in such a way that it's easy for the pujaris to take and offer. Now this lady, her name was Dukhi. Her parents named her as Dukhi. Why Dukhi? Because before her, whoever took birth in her family died. So family members used their intelligence and they named her Dukhi. Dukhi means miserable. So when Yamaraj hears the name Dukhi, he'll say, anyway she is miserable, why to kill her? It's okay. We'll allow her to stay. Therefore the name was given as Dukhi. Now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gauranga himself, he is there on the throne and behind all this is happening. Now just imagine, you're sitting here, why will you look behind? What is happening? But Gauranga, who is not different than Krishna, is there in everyone's heart. He knew the sincerity of Dukhi. So sincerely, with so much of love and devotion, what was she doing? Arranging the pots one after another. And at that time, Gauranga, when she came a bit this side, he glanced on Dukhi and he asked Srivas Thakur, who is this lady? And Srivas Thakur, he said, Gauranga, oh Lord, she is the maid servant in our house and her name is Dukhi. And at that time, Gauranga, in front of everyone, he said, Apane Thakura Tara Bhakti Yoga Dekhi, Dukhi Nama Guchai, Tuilena Sukhi. So at that time, Gauranga looked at her and he said that from today her name is Sukhi. And all the devotees loudly chanted, Hari Bol! And it's not just changing of the name. Lord bestowed bhakti onto her and gave Krishna prem at that point itself. And she actually became Sukhi, filled with Ananda. This is called as Abhishta Doham. Lord can bestow Krishna prem to anyone. Lord can bestow bhakti to anyone. Only what is needed is sincerity. That's it. What was her service? Tell me. What was her service? Just lining up the pots? Just lining up the pots? Many times we feel that, no, I want some prominent service. No, people should observe that I did something. Yes. And even if no one observes, I'll go and tell. You see that decoration? वो जूस जो अभिषेकम में डाला दिखा था रेड मी I prepared that juice. मैंने मिक्सी में डाला था. And sometimes when bhogas are offered, devotees keep looking, मेरा वाला कहाँ है? दिख नहीं रहा है. पुजारी ने खा तो नहीं लिया पहले. Where is it? It's a natural tendency of ours, Natural. All of us, we have that tendency. But when we sincerely serve without any expectation, without any recognition, this is what will happen to us also. Abhishta Doham. Our true desire of being servant of Krishna to get Krishna prem will be fulfilled. Dukhi became Sukhi. We are also not less than Dukhi. We are also Dukhi internally. By mercy of Gauranga, Abhishta Doham. Our true desire of being servant of Krishna will be fulfilled and we will also become Sukhi, Anandamai. So in this way, anyone who takes shelter of Gauranga and serves him sincerely, he will turn from Dukhi to Sukhi. So 3 wonderful aspects of Gauranga we have seen till now. First, Deyam Sada. Second, Paribhavagnam. Third, Abhishta Doham. Towards the end of the class, I'll just make anyone stand and ask all the 9 aspects. मेरे क्लास में notes लेके बैठना चाहिए, ठीक है ना? Okay, next one. Next one is Tirthaspadam. Tirtha means what? I'm sure everyone will know. Tirtha, not this one. Holy place. Tirtha means holy place, and Tirtha also means saintly people. Tirtha, Aspadam. Aspada means abode. Lord's lotus feet are the abode of all the holy places. Lord's lotus feet are the abode of all the saintly devotees. This is what is the meaning. Tirthaspadam. Let's go to Bhagavatam. In Bhagavatam, first canto, when Vidura went around during Kurukshetra war, he was not participating. He went around for Tirth Yatra. And after that, he came back to Hastinapur. And when he came to Hastinapur, it is described, everyone was very happy. Yudhishthira Maharaj and others, they're all welcoming. Oh, Vidura has come. Oh, Vidura has come. My uncle has come. So when Vidura came, Yudhishthira Maharaj, he started glorifying Vidura. And he said, please repeat. Bhavad-vida bhagavatas Tirtha bhuta swayam vibho Tirthi kurvanti tirthani Swantastena gadabrata. Very beautiful shloka. Yudhishthira Maharaj looking at Vidura and he is saying, Bhavad-vida bhagavatas tirtha bhuta swayam vibho. Oh Vidura, oh my dear uncle, you are actually pilgrim place, holy place personified. Tirtha bhuta swayam vibho. Tirthi kurvanti tirthani. You have the power to convert any place into a holy place. Why so? What is so great about Vidura? Swantastena gadabrata. Swa antaha gadabrata. Because in his heart, Lord is present. The one who holds Gadha, He is there in the heart of Vidura. So he has the power to change the place, to transform the place into a holy place. And guess what? A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada also did the same. He was the one who left Vrindavan in 1965. But by leaving Vrindavan, he carried Vrindavan in his heart. And he went to different places. And from his heart, he manifested Vrindavan in all those places and created Vrindavan, which today is called as International Society for Krishna Consciousness. What is Vrindavan all about? Vrindavan is all about keeping Krishna in the center and serving him for his pleasure. That is Vrindavan. And what happens in a temple? Lord is there in the center and we all just want to serve him. Like Gaur Purnima, we are going to make a lot of bhogas. But I think for cooking, we have to chant 16 rounds. Yeah, cooking on fire. So kya kar lo? Take a vow from today. From today, I'll chant 16 rounds. And cook tomorrow. What is there in that? 16 rounds, 2 hours it takes. That's it. Every day, 2 hours. Anyways, coming back to the topic. So here, Srila Prabhupada going around and establishing these different tirthas. Establishing these different places of Vrindavan. And you see, even when you're cooking, when you're offering, the goal is not that now everyone will get bhoga and I'll eat. The goal is that we want to offer it to Krishna. That is the goal. So Krishna is the center. In the center, Krishna is the center. So it is so wonderful that Prabhupada created that consciousness in all of us that we have to serve Krishna for his pleasure. The place is Vrindavan. So Prabhupada had that power to go around and establish Vrindavan. Prabhupada's guru, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he has established a place in Navadvip where there is Govardhan, where there is Radhakund, where there is Shyamkund. They have the power to do all this. Therefore, devotees have the power to convert any place into a place of pilgrimage. See, taking a commercial place and converting that into a temple, that is still okay. But converting a ghost-haunted house into a temple, have you heard about this? Prabhupada did that. Converting a bar into a temple, have you heard? Prabhupada did that. Converting a pub into a temple, Prabhupada did that in the West. This is the power of devotees, pure devotees, who can convert any place into a temple, any place into a holy place. That's what Yudhishthira Maharaj is saying, Swantastena Gadhabrata. You have Krishna in your heart. Therefore, you can convert any place into a holy place. Now just imagine, when Krishna Swayam is present, when Gauranga is Swayam present in some place, don't you think that place will be Tirtha? Therefore it is said, Tirthas Padam. His lotus feet are the abode of all the Tirtha, of all the saintly people, because saintly people all the time meditate on the lotus feet. Saintly people take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. Once what happened is, after sannyas of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he decided, I'll go to Vrindavan. When he decided, I'll go to Vrindavan, Nityananda Prabhu, he tricked Lord Chaitanya. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing and chanting Hare Krishna, closing his eyes, jumping in air and walking. He was not on his senses. He was on a transcendental platform. So Nityananda Prabhu went ahead of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he told people there, if a sannyasi comes here and asks you, where is Vrindavan? Don't show this path of Vrindavan, show that path. And that path was the path of Shantipur, a place called Shantipur in Navadvip Mandal, in West Bengal only. So now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing, chanting, and he came to a place. There were a few cowherd boys over there, few gopas. He asked, which is the way towards Vrindavan? And they were like, this side. Go that side. And Lord Chaitanya started going that side. And then he saw the river. He saw the river and he's like, oh, I've reached Vrindavan. Yamuna is here. He jumped into the river. And actually there was Ganga. He jumped into that river. And he's taking bath. And he's offering prayers, thinking it's Yamuna. He was in ecstasy. And Nityananda Prabhu, meanwhile, he had told one person, go and tell to Advaita Acharya who stays in Shantipur to come in the boat with fresh clothes, because his clothes are wet, there's no second set of clothes. Ask him to come. So Advaita Acharya comes in the boat. Now his house was just there nearby. he came in the boat with fresh clothes. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he looked at Advaita. He's like, oh, Advaita, how did you get to know I am in Vrindavan? And how come so fast you came to Vrindavan? At that time, Advaita Charya, he says, Acharya kahe tumi jahan sei Vrindavan, mora bhagye Ganga tere tumhara agman. Acharya is saying, Advaita Charya is saying, that tumi jahan sei Vrindavan. Wherever you are, that place is Vrindavan. But it's my great fortune that I have got your darshan on the banks of Ganga. Indirectly, he said, you're not in Vrindavan, you're in Shantipur, but oh Lord, wherever you're present, that place is Vrindavan. And that's a fact. One more praman is Gadadhar Pandit. You all are understanding the names, no? Gadadhar Pandit. So Gadadhar Pandit, he also shifted with Lord Chaitanya to Jagannath Puri after sannyas. And he took a vow that is called a Kshetra Sannyas, that I'll remain in Jagannath Puri and worship a deity called Tota Gopinath throughout my whole life. And one day, Lord Chaitanya decided that I'll go out to Vrindavan again, to a different place. And Gadadhar Pandit was like, no, I want to come with you. No, I want to come with you. And Lord Chaitanya is like, you're mad or what? You have taken Kshetra Sannyas. Kshetra Sannyas means you cannot leave the Kshetra. You cannot leave the place. Then Gadadhar was like, oh Lord, which Kshetra are you talking about? Jagannath Puri? You're talking about this holy place? Oh Lord, wherever you go, wherever your lotus feet proceed, that place becomes the holy place. Oh Lord, wherever you are, that is Kshetra for me, and my Kshetra Sannyas will not be spoiled. Therefore, wherever Lord is there, naturally that place becomes a holy place, or in our shloka it is called as Tirthaspadam. Deyam sada paribhavagnam abhishtadoham Tirthaspadam Shiva Virinchi Nutam. This is the next one. Shiva Virinchi Nutam. Shiva means Lord Shiva. Virinchi means Lord Brahma. Shiva Virinchi Nutam. They pay obeisance to Gauranga. They pay their repeated obeisance to Gauranga, the Supreme Lord, Lord Krishna. What is the praman for this again? Now, when Gauranga, when he entered the womb of Sachi Mata, at that time itself, this was in 1406, Shakha era, January, Magha Mas. At that time, Lord entered the womb of Sachi Mata. When he entered the womb of Sachi Mata, all these different Devi Devtas, including Brahma and Shiva, they were coming and offering prayers to the womb. And then on the day of Gaura Purnima, when Lord appeared, they all came in different ways to offer prayers. There was a pastime where Gauranga, he led the first civil disobedience movement in Navadvip. And now I will not get into that pastime. Just remember this. Some other day we'll discuss. So when that entire thing was going on, that entire rally was there, in that there was a person who was dancing and jumping like anything. And he was doing various steps of Tandav. And he was none other than Lord Shiva, who came down just to dance in the Kirtan. So like this, there are various pastimes in Gaur Lila where Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma personally they are coming, to do various pastimes and offering prayers to Lord Gauranga. But specifically, I would like to mention two personalities in Gaur Lila who are non-different from Brahma and Shiva. Okay, maybe I can ask you. So Brahma in Dwapar Yuga, he came as someone in Kali Yuga in this particular Leela. Who was that? Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur, who used to chant 192 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra every day, which just takes some 24 hours or something. That's it. Not much. So he was Brahma himself. And Lord Shiva came as? Sadashiv came as? Advaita Acharya. Therefore, we have those five personalities there. Yes. So, in between we have Lord Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda. Nityananda is Balaram. Advaita, Sadashiv. And then we have Gadadhar and Srivas. So this Advaitacharya is Sadashiva. Now what happened is, Advaitacharya was very senior in age to Lord Chaitanya. If I'm not wrong, around 50 years senior, something like that. Now when Lord Chaitanya was doing his different pastimes, he was giving a lot of respect to Advaitacharya. And Advaitacharya was thinking, Arey Baba, I'm your devotee. I'm Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. I'm the topmost devotee of yours. Why are you respecting me? But Lord Chaitanya was not listening. He would respect him, pay obeisance and all that. So one day what happened is, when Gauranga was dancing, in ecstasy he fainted and he fell. He fell unconscious on the ground. Advaitacharya, taking this opportunity, immediately he went and he took the dust of the feet of the Lord and applied on his body. Not just on the head, and the entire body applied, and he was dancing like anything. And when Lord Chaitanya got up, he started shouting, Who stole? Who stole? And here Advaitacharya is dancing and jumping. You see how much Sadashiva, coming here as Advaitacharya, he is paying obeisance and he is taking the dust of Gauranga. Shiva, Nutam, Lord Shiva is paying obeisance. What about Virinchi? What about Brahma? Haridas Thakur, he was very old. Towards the end of his pastimes on this planet, in Jagannath Puri again. So there what happened is, Haridas Thakur was about to leave his body. In fact, it is described that Haridas Thakur, he was feeling a lot of guilt in his heart. And what was the guilt? And because of that guilt, he stopped eating, he started fasting. And the guilt was, I'm not able to complete my 192 rounds. Because he's very old. He is bedridden. He's not able to walk also. That was the situation. And when it comes to us, little cold, and today I'll take a pause. Every day I'm chanting, today I have cold, little fever, I'll stop. Look at this, called as commitment. And Haridas Thakur, he stopped eating. He said, I'm not able to complete my 192 rounds. What is the use of eating? And at that time, Lord Chaitanya, he came. Supreme Lord is coming and telling him, Oh Haridas, why are you not eating? And he said, Oh Lord, I've got a great disease. And that disease is, I'm not able to complete my rounds. So at that time, Supreme Lord is telling, Oh Haridas, you need not chant. You're already exalted and liberated soul. You need not chant. And he started saying, Oh Lord, why are you tricking me like this? I am deceased. Don't do this with me. So all this discussion happened, where Haridas Thakur's sincerity was proved. His commitment towards chanting was proved. Now Haridas Thakur said to Lord Chaitanya, Oh Lord, I know very well. Now you're towards the end of your earthly pastimes. Very soon you're going to go back to Goloka. Oh Lord, trust me, I cannot stay without you on this planet. I am here in this planet only because you're there. And after you go back to Golok, what will I do here in this place? Oh Lord, I cannot bear the pain of separation. Therefore, I want to leave this place first before you. And he decided that next day he's going to leave his body. So at that time, next day, Lord Gauranga comes with a huge kirtan team. Everyone is doing kirtan. Haridas Thakur is lying on the bed and Gauranga goes there. And in front of Lord Gauranga, Haridas Thakur, meditating on the lotus feet of Gauranga and holding Gauranga's lotus feet on his chest and chanting Gauranga, 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 looking at the beautiful face of Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga. He leaves his body. This is called as perfection of human form. Perfection of human form. Same situation was of Jatayu. He is there on the lap of Lord Ramachandra, looking at Lord Ramachandra's face. Ram, 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 Ram. He left his body. Same is the case with A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. He was there in Vrindavan, which is the lap of Lord Krishna, chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada left this world. All these personalities are teaching us how to actually leave this world by repeatedly paying obeisances to the Lord. And look at this. Lord Shiva as Advaitacharya and Virinchi, Haridas Thakur, Nutam, they were paying obeisances to Lord Gauranga. If they are paying obeisance to Gauranga, don't you think we also should pay obeisance to Gauranga? Therefore, it's very, very important that when we pay obeisance here, we should remember their lordships and chant this prayer. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. When we pay obeisance, we should chant this prayer and various other prayers of Gauranga which is there. So this is Tirthaspadam Shiva Virinchi Nutam. So we've completed 5 till now. Dheyam sada paribhavagnam abhishtadoham Tirthaspadam Shiva Virinchi Nutam Sharanyam. Next is Sharanyam. Sharanyam means, what do you mean by Sharan? Sharan. Taking shelter or surrendering? Now we surrender to that person who is eligible to give us shelter. Simple. We will take shelter of that person who is eligible to give us shelter. And here, Lord Gauranga is called as Sharanyam, or his lotus feet is called as Sharanyam. Sharanyam means that person who is fit to give shelter, or that person who is qualified to accept our surrender. Therefore, Gauranga is that person. Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna in the age of Kali. He is that personality whom we have to surrender onto. Sharanyam. And that person should be eligible to deliver us from any situation. Any pathetic situation we are in, we surrender onto him, he should be able to deliver us. So Gauranga is that person. Okay, what is the Praman? In Gaur Lila, there were 2 very demonic personalities and their names were Jagai and Madhai. Now I need not discuss their sinful activities. I'm sure everyone is well versed with that. Means you know I'm saying. I'm not doing anything else. You all know what sinful activities they were doing. So, their sinful activities are compared to a huge mountain. In fact, Lord Yamaraj, he was speaking to Chitragupt. And he was asking, hey Chitragupt, please tell me that how much sin did Jagai and Madhai commit? At that time, Chitragupt is saying that all my scribers, all my writers, they are tired. The room is filled with books. Oh Lord, their sins cannot be counted. It's unlimited sins. Now what happened is, the last phase of this pastime, last part, where Jagai and Madhai, they realized their mistake. Because Lord Gauranga came there with chakra in the hand, chakra. And chakra manifested in his finger. And they were able to see the chakra. And as soon as Jagai saw that, he fell at the feet of Gauranga. He fell at the feet and he said, I surrender unto you, I surrender unto you. And at that time, Nityananda Prabhu is saying, this Jagai actually saved me. Madhai was able to hit me and Jagai said, no, don't hit. And Lord Gauranga was very happy. Very, very happy with him. He looked at Jagai and he said, you saved my Nitai? You saved my Nitai? Jagai, today I'll give you the most precious gift. Abhishtadoham. Today I'll give you the most precious gift. I'll give you Krishna Prem. And at that time, Jagai, he heard all this and then he just fainted. And our Lord, he said, Jagai, get up! Jagai, get up! And when he opened his eyes, Jagai saw the 4-handed form of the Lord holding Shankh, Chakra, Gada, Padma. Gauranga transformed himself into 4-handed form, holding Shankh, Chakra, Gada, Padma. And at that time, please hear this carefully, Lord Gauranga kept his lotus foot on the chest of Jagai, and Jagai held that lotus foot as if That is what is the goal of life, and that is truly the goal of life. This is called as the actual surrender. And the person who gave shelter is Sharanyam. Because Lord Gauranga was able to vanquish all their sins, completely, just because they took shelter of Gauranga. So when Yamaraj got to know that Jagai and Madhai are delivered, he was not able to believe. Therefore, he went to Chitragupta and asked, how many sins did they commit? And Chitragupta is like, as I said, the entire room is filled with writers. They are going mad writing. And oh Lord, when your servants, when they come to report the sins of those two to my writers, these writers shout at them and scold, Are kitna batayega? Enough. And then Chitragupta said, but oh Lord, now the Supreme Lord Gauranga has delivered Jagai and Madhai. So now there is no question of sin. They're completely pure. And Chitragupta is asking Yamaraj, now can I discard all those books? थोड़ा जगह बन जाएगा. कलयुग के आगे के लोग जो बेलंदूर, सरजापुर, पनाथुर में जो रहते हैं उनके बैंगलोर में जो रहते हैं उनके लिए थोड़ा जगह बन जाएगा. And Yamaraj, he heard that, and Yamaraj went into trance, remembering the mood of Gauranga of giving surrender to anyone and everyone and to deliver them. He went into trance, and for some time, in his own chariot, he fainted. Yamaraj fainted. And then Lord Shiva, Brahma, Indra, all of them, they were doing kirtan because they heard Jagai Madhai deliverance. And they were passing by. And they saw, Yamaraj ka gaadi khada kyun hai? There's no traffic, aage piche, no red light. Why is it standing? They went close by. And they saw Yamaraj is fainted. Chitragupta and all servants, they are all doing hahakar that what happened to our master? What happened to our master? Then Chitragupta told everything. At that time, they understood what has happened. They all started loudly chanting the holy names in the ears of Yamaraj. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And guess what? Yamaraj got up. The only thing that he was doing was jumping and dancing. The only thing that he was chanting is Jai Gaur Hari, Jai Gaur Hari, Jai Gaur Hari. This is the mood of our Gauranga. Sharanyam. He is fit to give shelter to anyone and everyone, and anyone who surrenders unto him, that person will be delivered. And the proof is Jagai Madhai. So we have covered sixth one. Deyam sada paribhavagnam abhishtadoham tirthaspadam shiva virinchinutam sharanyam. Now the next one. Bhrityartiham. Bhritya means servant. Very nice. In Chaitanya Charitamrita it is described Ekala Ishwara Krishna Arasabha Bhritya. Only Krishna is Ishwara and we all are his servants. Bhritya. Bhrityartiham basically means destroying the sufferings of his devotees or his servants. Lord destroys the sufferings of his devotees. All the material sufferings which we have, Lord can destroy. There was one devotee, his name was Vasudev. And due to some reason, he had got leprosy. See, I'm talking about the situation 500 plus years back. Kushta Rog or leprosy was called as Mahamari. And anyone who gets Kushta Rog will be thrown out of the village because that was contagious and people were very scared. So this person was called as Vasudev. He was called as Vasudev leper because he had got leprosy. And our Lord Chaitanya from Jagannath Puri, he went for a South Indian tour. So he was there in the house of a person called Kurma Brahmana. And after some time, he left that place. Now, this Vasudev leper got to know, oh, Lord is very nearby because he was there close by to the house of Kurma Brahmana. And he got to know his Lord is there in the house of Kurma Brahmana. This person who had leprosy started running towards that place to see the Lord. But what to do? Lord left before him. And now when Vasudev leper, he reached that place, just imagine Kushta Rog, fingers all melted, toes melted, it's all bleeding and all that. It's a very, very pathetic situation. There were worms on his body at various places where pus was there. It was a body of suffering. And he ran, he came, and then he got to know, Lord has left. My Lord has left. And he was not knowing where the Lord has gone. But Lord is Bhrityartihang. He destroys the suffering of his devotees. He is Paramatma in everyone's heart. Lord Gauranga got to know my devotee has come to meet me. He was going there, he took a U-turn, he came back. He came back and Vasudev, leper, he saw Gauranga. He was paying repeated obeisance to Gauranga. And he was saying, oh Lord, thank you, for fulfilling my desire. And you know what happened? At that time, Gauranga lifted him and embraced Vasudev. And as soon as Gauranga embraced Vasudev, Vasudev leper became handsome Vasudev. All his leprosy was gone. All his suffering was gone. Oh, Bhrityartihang, he can remove the suffering. This is an extreme example of curing of leprosy. There were two sufferings which he was facing. One was the suffering of separation from the Lord. And Lord came back, gave darshan, and then he was happy. Another suffering was his body the suffering that he was going through. So when Lord came and he embraced Vasudev, the body was cured. But now after the body was cured, he had a suffering in his mind. You know what was the suffering? His suffering was, oh Lord, now everyone will get to know that you embraced me, and by receiving your mercy, my leprosy is gone and I got this beautiful body. Now everyone around is going to glorify me. Oh Lord, everyone is going to glorify me. I'll become proud. Dekh rahe suffering, tension dekh rahe. If we would have been there in the case of Vasudev leper and our body changed, first thing, click, post everywhere. This is what happened with me. And everyone likes, share, etc. WhatsApp mein viral. But here, this is the quality of a devotee. Devotee is like, no, I don't want glorification. Because Lord has to be glorified, not me. And he was scared that now everyone will glorify me and I'll become proud. At that time he told, oh Lord, now everyone will glorify me and I'll become proud. What will happen? So Lord said, don't worry. Bhrityartihang. He's removing the suffering. This suffering also, he said, don't worry. Chant the holy names every day. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And by chanting the holy names every day and serving my lotus feet, you will never become proud. And Vasudeva was very happy. Bhrityartihang. So in this way, anyone who takes shelter of the Supreme Lord, he has all the power to mitigate all our sufferings at the level of body, at the level of mind, or even at the level of transcendence. He can remove that suffering. So we have covered 7. Dheyam sada paribhavagnam abhishtadoham tirthaspadam shiva virinchinutam sharanyam Bhrityartihang. Now 2 more. Pranatapal. Pranata means what? Pranata means paying obeisances. Pala means palan karna, protecting, taking care, maintaining. So anyone who pays obeisance to the Lord, that person is protected and taken care by the Lord. That's Pranatapala. Therefore, it's very, very important to pay obeisance to the Lord. Very important to offer prayers to the Lord. He has all the power. He has all the power to protect us and maintain us. Therefore, it is said, Eko bahunamyo vidadati kaman. He is that one person who can take care of all of us. He is the one who maintains all of us. Now, this personality, our Supreme Lord Krishna, in the age of Kali as Gauranga, he spent 24 years in Navadvip. Now, in those 24 years, Lord would dress very beautifully. He would be wearing beautiful dhoti, Vaijayanti mala, beautiful garland. He had curly hair till his shoulders. And even this hair would be decorated with various beautiful fragrant flowers, various necklaces that he would wear. And he would be there with all his devotees. But one day what happened is, when he inaugurated this Sankirtan, and when he started chanting the holy name and teaching everyone how to chant and all that, so people started talking amongst themselves. What is this nonsense this person is doing? He's going around and what is this on the street chanting, dancing and all that? People started offending Gauranga. And one day Gauranga went to Nityananda Prabhu and he told Nityananda Prabhu, "Are, I had come here to give the medicine for the disease. And because of me now the disease has increased. Now since people are blaspheming me, they're going to suffer even more in the hellish planets. Therefore, O Nityananda, I have decided that I'll shave my head and I'll become sannyasi. And if I become sannyasi, naturally people will pay obeisance to me, and when they pay obeisance to me, I'll bless them and send them back home, back to Godhead." Can you imagine? Only for people in general, Lord took sannyas. He shaved his head, his beautiful curly hair. He gave up his beautiful clothes that he used to wear, beautiful, different colors of clothes. He gave up all the ornaments and he started wearing saffron cloth. Can you imagine the sacrifice of our Lord only for us? Because anyone now who pays obeisance to the Lord, now Lord has all the power. Obviously, He's all powerful. He can bless and deliver anyone. So Pranatapala, anyone who pays obeisance to the Lord, He can deliver them. And at that time, since people were blaspheming the Lord, Lord took sannyas. And when He took sannyas, people were coming and paying obeisance to Him. And He was blessing them, making them qualified and send them back home, back to Godhead. And one thing is there, Gauranga will never cheat us. Anyone who takes shelter of Gauranga, anyone who takes shelter of the Supreme Lord, one thing is very clear, that He will protect us always. When Lord Gauranga went through the South Indian Yatra, he took a servant, his name was Kala Krishna Das. Now Kala Krishna Das was a very nice devotee, paying obeisance to Lord Chaitanya, serving Lord Chaitanya in various ways. And Lord Chaitanya was jumping and dancing and singing, making everyone chant. But what happened is one day, unfortunately, Kala Krishna Das, personal servant of Gauranga, he came in touch with a group of people called gypsies. They were a group of people. And these gypsies, they had a way to expand their group. And how they used to do? They used to use their females to seduce some men and capture them and get them to their group. And sometimes they'll go and kidnap some females and train them to seduce other men. So some females came and they seduced Kala Krishna Das. Can you imagine? Servant of the Lord was seduced and he was taken in their group. And Lord Chaitanya is jumping and dancing like, where is Kala Krishna? Where he is gone? And then he got to know, after all, he's Supreme Lord. Then he got to know that this Kala Krishna Das has entered the group of gypsies. So Gauranga went in that group and he said, "Give back my servant, where is he?" And Kala Krishna was there with some females. He went and pulled him, he held his shikha and dragged him from that place. "Come with me, let's go." In fact, it is described that when Gauranga came there and he asked, "Where is my servant?" And when he started calling, so all those gypsies who were there, they all came running to kill Gauranga. And at that time, something happened and all of them were killed by the mystical potency of the Lord. Then Lord went and dragged Kala Krishna Das and he saved Kala Krishna Das. This is how anyone who surrenders to Gauranga, anyone who takes a shelter, oh, he will be saved for sure. Doesn't matter which group we fall into. But इसका मतलब ये नहीं है जानबूझ के गिरना है कहीं. गलती से गिर गए तो. If we slip by chance, then Lord will pull us. Many times people ask, "Bro, why you keep this shikha?" For newcomers, I say, this is my hairstyle. But for devotees, it's very clear. Lord uses this shikha and He pulls the devotee back home, back to Godhead. In this way, Pranatapala, anyone who takes shelter of Gauranga, anyone who pays obeisance to Him, anyone who offers prayers to Him, Pranata, he becomes Pal of that person. Therefore, Pranata Pala. So this was the 8th one. Deyam sada paribhavagnam abhishtadoham Tirthaspadam Shiva Virinchinutam Sharanyam Bhrityartiham Pranatapala Bhavabdhipotam. This is the last one for today. So, ninth wonderful aspect of Gauranga. Bhavabdhipotam. Bhavabdhi matlab? Bhava Abdhi. Correct. Bhava Sagar. The ocean of material existence. Filled with cycle of birth and death. Bhava Sagar. Potam. Potam. Potam means boat. So Lord's lotus feet, Gauranga's lotus feet are the boat which can help us to cross this Bhava Sagara easily. There's a very beautiful shloka in Srimad Bhagavatam. Samashritaye pada pallava plavam mahatpanam punya yasho murare bhavam budir vatsa padam param padam 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 yat vipadam natesham. Here it is said that this entire world is padam padam yat vipadam. कभी डेंजर आ जाए किसी को पता नहीं. किसी को पता है क्या? Today you all know when you step out of this place what will happen to you? कुछ नहीं हुआ, टेंशन मत लो. Nothing will happen. But still, it's an uncertain world, no? Anything can happen at any time. So every step is a danger in this world. कोई कुछ कह नहीं सकता. What will happen next? Padam padam yat vipadam. At every step there is danger. And this entire place is called as Bhavabdhi. Ocean of material existence filled with sufferings and problems and dangers. But Lord's lotus feet, Samashritaye Padapallava Plavam. Lord's lotus feet is called as boat. Now this boat has a speciality. Anyone who enters this boat, immediately the entire Bhavasagara shrinks. Samashritaye Padapallava Plavam. And then next Param Padam Punya Yasho Murare. Samashritaye Padapallava Plavam Mahat Padam Punya Yasho Murare Bhavam Budir. It's Bhavambudhi. Vatsa Padam, it shrinks. The entire ocean shrinks. And now it appears as if it is Vatsa Padam. Vatsa means calf. Now when calf walks and it makes an impression, that's called as Vatsa Padam. Now the water filled in the hoof print of a calf, how much water will be there? Little? Yes. Do you need a boat to cross that? So entire Bhavabdhi becomes Vatsa Padam. And now the best part is you got inside the boat, the ocean shrank, you just get out of the boat and you're in Goloka Vrindavan. So here it is very beautifully said that how Lord, He delivers people from the cycle of birth and death. Again a praman from Gaur Lila. There are many examples. One example is when our Gauranga was very small, Nimai. He used to go around and play. One day what happened is, he saw there were a lot of puppies nearby. And he decided that I also want to have a puppy dog. And one puppy dog was very cute. And Nimai picked that best puppy dog out of that entire group and he got home. Now parents were not there at home. Mind you, Nimai appeared in the family of Brahmanas, Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Mata. Brahmanas don't keep dogs. In fact, in Vedic culture, no one keeps dogs. Now everyone keeps dogs in the family, in the house. So now, when the dog was brought in the house, no one was there. And Sachi Mata came and she saw a dog is there in our house. And she took the dog out and Nimai also out. She tied the dog and she said, Nimai, go take bath and come. He said, what about my puppy? Puppy will be here, you go. You go and take bath and come. See, I love this puppy a lot. It's my prana. This puppy dog is my prana. And he would embrace the puppy and do all that. Now, mother said, you go and take bath first. You have touched a dog. Go. Now he went to take bath. And this puppy ran away from that place. Now it is described that Nimai came back and he saw his puppy dog is not there. He started crying and crying and crying. Where is my puppy? Where is my puppy? Where is this dog? Where is this dog? And Sachi Mata was also feeling, my son is shouting so much. Pata nahi kahan chala gaya ye. But you know what had happened? This puppy dog, it went to some other place and it was there in a huge marketplace. It was fully crowded. And suddenly this puppy dog, standing on the hind legs, and the front two legs were up, and it was chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And when it was chanting Hare Krishna, now just imagine a dog in the middle of the market chanting Hare Krishna. Don't you think that he will be the attraction for everyone? Everyone was looking at that puppy dog. Everyone. And in front of everyone's eyes, there came out a spiritual spark from the body of that puppy dog. And from the sky, there was a huge effulgence that came. And those pure devotees of the Lord, they were able to witness that it was the Vaikuntha Viman that came. And this puppy dog's soul manifested the four hands, climbed into the Vimana and went back home, back to Godhead. Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki! Bhavabdhi Potam. Anyone who takes his shelter, breaking the cycle of birth and death is guaranteed. So these are the 9 wonderful aspects of Gauranga, Gauranga's lotus feet. What are these 9 aspects? Deyam sada paribhavagnam abhishtadoham tirthaspadam shiva virinchinutam sharanyam Bhrityartihan pranatapala bhavabdhipotam Vande Mahapurushate Charanaravindam. Tell me, after hearing these 9 wonderful aspects of Gauranga, only a fool will not take shelter of Gauranga. What do you say? Correct? So great, this personality is so great. He has come all the way to deliver all of us. And he has appeared onto this planet only for all of us. And he is the king of this age. Therefore, Lochandas Thakur, he sings, Parama Karuna Pahudui Jana Nitai Gaura Chandra Sabhavatar Sarashiromani Kevala Ananda Kanda. He's saying Sabhavatar Sarashiromani, the topmost of all the incarnations is Gauranga. And they have given us the process, which is Kevala Ananda Kanda. Only Ananda is there in this process of devotional service. Therefore, it's our duty, being the fallen souls of this age of Kali, we have to take shelter of Gauranga. And by his mercy, for sure, these 9 aspects will happen in our life also. And we will also go back home, back to Godhead this very life. Thank you very much. Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki, Gaur Purnima Mahotsav ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki.